What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto. We're going to talk about Pepe today. So let's just jump right into it. I have my phone precariously placed on some pillows. I don't have my equipment, so it's kind of we're roughing it right now. That's why I'm slouched over in the couch so that you can see me, so that I'm in the frame. If I sit up proper, you're not going to be able to, even if I lean back. I don't know. I guess you can still see me, but I'm gonna slouch. I'm gonna slouch. There we go. Slouch on the couch. Okay. So Pepe, what's it doing? Where's it going? Everybody wants to know. A lot of people say that it pumped because people were anticipating that it would be listed on Binance. I don't think that's true. I think it was getting listed on Binance. It is listed on Binance. May 5th is when it was listed on Binance, and it dropped afterwards. The reason it pumped is not because people were anticipating it going on Binance. The reason it pumped is because Binance was anticipating it going on Binance. They're the ones that bought it. They bought it down here, sending it up. This was a Binance pump. This was an exchange pump. If the biggest exchange in crypto, which that's Binance, with the most volume, the biggest exchange in crypto is going to sell a token to the masses, especially one that has a bunch of hype and a bunch of attention on it, they're going to accumulate a lot of that token. They're going to accumulate a lot of it. And when they do that, price goes up. Enough of that. Let's jump into the TA. I only brought that up because someone earlier was saying that, oh, people were expecting it to get on Binance. That's why it pumped, and that's not accurate. Same results, but not accurate. Not accurate information. So low to high, drawing our fib. We see here that we bounce off the 236. We confirm it as resistance. 382 bounce. 236 rejection. In my opinion, we are showing significance on this fib scale, which is nice. I'm gonna bring us to a 4-hour time frame just so we can kind of see more butts. Yeah, we got a 382 rejection here, but this is all before the anchor was actually drawn. To be completely fair, but whenever you see this kind of stuff happen before the anchor is drawn, it just helps confirm that you're looking at a good fib. So when you see this double rejection off the 236 and you already got a bounce off the 382, to me, being someone that uses fibs regularly in their technical analysis, to me this is an indication that we're going to go to the 618. The 618 is this orange line, by the way. This orange line right here, 618. It's the golden retracement. It's the golden ratio of fibs, of the universe, of patterns, whatever, like literally. It's just the golden ratio, man. The Romans, the Greeks used it to build their structures back in the day. The golden rectangle, the golden ratio. Anyways, all based off of Fibonacci stuff. I'm getting away from the point here. Whenever we see this kind of action happening, a double rejection off the 236, especially after a 382 bounce, I would expect a break through the 382. This green line is the 0.5, but the 0.5 is rarely respected. When it is respected, pay attention to it, but it's rarely respected. It's not a good idea to expect a move off of this green line. It's not a good idea to expect a move off of every line. Every line could be respected, but that's not common. It's not very common. Generally, you look for the 236, the 382, and then this orange line, the 618, before you go into any further delving of the lines. I do expect price to come down to the 618, which right now would be at, I'm just going to say there's 6 zeros. Right now there's 5 zeros in front of the price and then a 1. Down here there's 6 zeros in front of the price and then a 6. The total drop to the 618 from the current price would be about 60%, 59%, give or take a percent, 59%. And personally, I would expect a bounce off of this. Personally, you got to bounce off the 382. It's showing respect. I would expect that you will see respect off the 618. Now, it doesn't have to, and I say it's bouncing off the 382. I know it came down here, but if we go on the daily time frame, I mean, it bounced off the 382. And I am expecting, I wouldn't be surprised if we got a wick like we did here. This wicked below the 382, but the body closed at the 382. It wouldn't surprise me if instead of a 59% drop, maybe we got a 69% drop and it came back up and closed above the 618. What I'm saying is not the absolute low that the price is going to go, but where we're going to bounce, where we're going to hold. The line to hold is the 618, and I do expect this line to hold. If this happens, it would be then an expectation of mine, if the 618 holds, that we bounce up at least to the 0.5, which is that's a 50% pump. That's nice. Or more likely, we'd come back up to the 382, a previous area of resistance back here, previous area of support back here. It would make sense that we'd come back up here, and that's 119%, 120% pump. Whether or not we go lower, whether or not we look at any of these lower lines, is completely dependent right now on how we interact with the 618. If Pepe goes to the 618 and bounces, that is not an indication that it's done going lower. And in fact, I would expect it after bouncing to come lower down to the 786 or the 886. But that it would be better that we bounce, that we come down lower to here with a bounce off the 618 and then a rejection of the 382. It would be better to do that than for price to just blow straight through the 618. If price doesn't find a bounce on the 618, if instead we blow straight through it, come back up, test it as resistance, this would be very condemning that prices at the 1272 to the 1618 are not just possible, they're possible now, but likely. Again, prices that low, I'm gonna put it in the daily time frame so I don't have to keep zooming out. Prices at the 1272 to the 1618 become not just possible, but likely if we blow through the 618 like butter. If we wick through it and we hold it on a daily time frame, I'm not worried about it. I'm really not worried about it. It could still happen, but I'm not worried about it. I would expect more of a bottom in this range, and that's my bias right now. But if we disregard this 618, and the general rule with fibs, if you disregard the 618, if you just blow straight through it, and then you come back up and test it as resistance, or you can't even come back up, you test the 0.7 or the 0.786 as resistance instead, your chances of coming down here are increasingly more likely. It's almost condemning, really. Anything can happen. It's not certain, but this 618 is a line to watch. It's an area to watch. If not, we're going to have a lot more than a 59% dump on our hands. We're going to have a 95% dump, 97% dump, potentially a 98.5% dump. It's massive, man. That is massive. Great time to buy, but crazy if you're holding it now. Crazy. I do not plan on buying Pepe at the 618. I don't plan on buying it if we blow through the 618. I will buy it. I will buy Pepe if I see respect on the 618, a rejection off this 382, and I would look to buy it down at the 786 or the 886 levels, 6 zeros and a 3 or 6 zeros and a 2, also known as this previous price range. Right here, you can see it, previous price range. That's where I'd be looking to buy. If it goes lower than that, that's okay, shit happens. It would be more of an expectation, in my opinion, that Pepe goes lower than this price range if it blows through the 618. Again, blowing through it is a candle body closing below it. If it wicks, I'm not worried about it. Anything can happen still, but I'm not worried about it. If it bounces, rejects the 382, and then comes and breaks the 618, I'm not worried about it. When you get a bounce off the 618 and then you break it, it's the first pass that matters if you blow through it. If it's the second pass that you go through it, I guess you don't want to blow through it, but once you break it on the second pass, it's not condemning by any means that you're going to come down here. Now, coming below the 618 to the 786 and then finding a rejection off of it, that could be trouble. We do want, once we get a bounce down at the 786 or the 886, we do want to come back up and break the 618, find support on it, and then off to the races. We do want that. It doesn't have to happen on the first pass, but the sooner the better. Because the longer we remain below the 618, the longer we find resistance at this or any of these other lines, the more increasingly likely this happens. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. The thing to watch is this orange line. I'm going to take this away, and I want to do one more thing, because anyone who's anyone looking at Pepe right now would probably call this a head and shoulders. They're probably not calling it a head and shoulders now, because it's a little more obvious that's not. But you've got your shoulder here, you've got your head here, and you've got your other shoulder here. And then arguably, it could extend. I don't think there's really an argument anymore that this is a shoulder. But if you're still one of those people that thinks this is a head and shoulders, an inverse head and shoulders, this is a fake, man. This is a fake. It's 100% a fake. The volume profile is all wrong. You rejected the 236 twice. It it You're not hanging around the shoulder line, the neckline. You actually came back down here. It's just not good. It's not good. It's a false head and shoulders, false inverse head and shoulders. And the fact that we've extended over here is not, it doesn't mean that it invalidates an inverse head and shoulders. That doesn't necessarily mean it, but it it looks weird. It just looks too weird. You want to see some symmetry between the left shoulder and the right shoulder. You want to see some symmetry in both price value and in duration. It's not uncommon for the right shoulder to be smaller than the left shoulder. It is uncommon, and in fact, I would say I've personally never seen a head and shoulders where the right shoulder is this much longer than the left. Maybe a little bit longer, but substantially longer like it is, no. And I bet a lot of people, a lot of wannabe traders bought into this over here thinking, oh, it's going to go up. I know a couple of them. And, now they're underwater. And the only thing left to do is sell. So that's my main point. That's my main thing on Pepe, guys. I would stay away from it. I am staying away from it. I would not buy this token with my money. I wouldn't even buy it with your money, man or woman. Whatever you want to be. Yeah. A lot of people are looking at this, I bet, right now thinking, oh, we're holding support on this line, this little imaginary line. This one little imaginary, I guess, hey, look, it's not super imaginary. That's probably right where the 382 is, actually. Maybe it's a little higher. People are probably so ecstatic that we're holding support on this line, but really, I think what we're doing is we've got, if I bring this down to a 1 hour time frame, really what's going on is we have, oof, it just doesn't look good, man. This chart is not respecting TA at all. We've got a descending triangle, flat base, descending highs. We are at the breaking point, man. This does not look healthy. It doesn't look good. And whenever it breaks, I don't think it's going to just be straight elevator down to floor zero, but I do expect it to break, and we will probably go lower. I ultimately do expect us to go to that 618, but just looking at the price action here, I would expect us to go down here and ultimately going lower than this low at 5 zeros and a 1. I expect us to see 6 zeros in Pepe's price again, more than a 50% drop for sure. It might take its time. It might happen fast. That's all to be determined. But what I am fairly certain of right now, I would, if I was using an exchange that shorted this, I would definitely short Pepe right now. But I'm staying away from it. I'm not going to touch it because I don't use any exchanges that have it or that make trading it available. So that's my 2 cents, guys. That's my 2 cents. We can try and look at the RSI and see if there's anything there. I mean, yeah, this RSI does not look good, man. You broke below the 50. I mean, if you zoom out, like for nitpicking it, sure, like 49 point whatever, but you basically came back up to the 50 and rejected it. It's not a good look, man. It was really not a good look. On the 4 hour, oof, double rejection off the 50. You're below the 40. You're in the bearish control zone. It's not good. It's not good. You are systematically, this looks very structured. You are working your way down. It's not it could happen fast, but I think it's just going to happen over time with moments of fastness and then moments of just sideways, up and down like this volatility. Giving people a chance to get out who know what they're doing. That could be you. This is not financial advice, but if I was holding Pepe, I would get the hell out right now, personally. Hope everybody has a good day. Thank you for coming. Leave a like, subscribe. If you want to see more videos, I will talk about Pepe as it comes. I'm watching this one daily for sure. More videos about Dogecoin, Bitcoin, other cryptos, of course, are coming. And stocks. A little bonus. Let's do a little bonus right now. NIU Technologies. This is a stock that I'm invested in currently. This is what a good bottom looks like. So you've got low, higher low, low, lower low, but basically a double bottom. This is bullish divergence on a daily time frame. On the price action scale, you've got lows. Let's see. I'm just going to draw lines here. No, maybe not. I don't know. I don't have circles. Where are the circles? They are here. Where are they? I don't know where the circles are. Anyways, fuck it. I'll just use this. You've got a low here. You've got a low here, a low here, and you can notice each time I draw these lines, they're getting higher. That means you're getting higher lows. But on a closing basis, on a closing basis, this low here is lower than this one, which is why this is bullish divergence. You've got a higher lows on lower lows by closing basis, and you got a nice pop afterwards. And it's not the most volume we've seen, but volume is increasing as price is increasing, and this is the most volume we've seen in several months, like 2 months at least, literally 2 months. So that's a good thing in my opinion. And it's higher lows coming off of the all-time lows. NIU has been in a bear market, in a downtrend for quite some time now. It has changed its momentum. It's changed its momentum. It was in this death spiral for so long. Now it's moving sideways. We've got a significant higher low here. The next thing to do is look for a higher high, which this high is at $6.20. We're at $4 right now. I'm personally expecting a move to $8 to $10. This video is not about NIU. This is just a little bonus, so I'll make another video on it. But I'm not saying get into this right now, but I do expect in the short term that NIU is going to make a move that basically doubles in price. Whereas most of crypto is probably going to shit the bed soon. This is a stock. It's not a crypto, and I expect it to do good. That's why I'm holding on to this one. Anywho, a little nugget for you there. I'll make a video on it. I'm going to go to bed. Hope you all have a good day, good night, good whatever. Take care. Like and subscribe, please. Pretty please. Please like and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.